The high-level mindset is a philosophy. It's a wavelength to apply to your everyday thoughts or regimen. The high-level mindset will be of great service to you, especially when things aren't going as planned. These trying times that I speak of, or life testers, if you may, are what truly maketh man and woman. How we handle these lifetimes, these trying times, or life testers, is what decides a person's destiny. Always remain positive, no matter what people or life may throw at you. Life is just a book. Not every chapter is going to be perfect, but it's about how it ends. Always be intentional with your desires. Know exactly what you want. Just write down your goals. Starting off your day with reading your goals and dreams aloud gives you a boost of positive energy. This energy can be transmuted into something we call faith. Faith in your ability, faith in yourself, faith in the higher power will take you to places you couldn't even imagine. Know exactly what you want. How can you be high level if you don't know what high level is to you? Anybody who's done something noteworthy with their lives all have one thing in common, and that's discipline. Mastering the art of discipline will literally change your life. A cheat code to ensure that you're staying disciplined to whatever you're striving for is to prime your environment for success. Your habits are based on your habitat, and the main product of your habitat are the people in your life. Remove all negative people out of your life immediately. Anybody that's semi-doubtful or naysaying, get them out. If you're talking about your dreams and goals and they give small, sarcastic remarks, boot them. Kick them out of there, man. Pull your phones out and block them immediately. I'm dead serious. Don't let someone else's negativity cancel out your light, for it can temporarily get in the way of you achieving what's owed to you. You are a product of those who you hang around. Let's make sure we're hanging around other positive, high-level individuals. It's we plan and God laughs. The high-level mindset is not a recipe for perfection, but a commitment to honoring your potential and what you have to offer the world. Don't let your small failures make you lose sight of your bigger picture. We only have one life to live. How are you going to maximize your time on this earth? Do you want your name to be remembered long after you're gone? The high-level mindset is about doing everything that you put your hands on at the highest level that you're capable of doing. Think of your life as a book. Each chapter isn't going to be perfect, but how do you want your story to end? In anguish, a bunch of what ifs, or leaving a legacy? I choose legacy, the high-level way.
Everything starts with a positive attitude. As the famed Austrian psychiatrist and an Auschwitz survivor himself, Viktor Frankl, said, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing: to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Many of us assume that success leads to happiness. Turns out, we've got it backward. Happiness and positivity precede success. Happy employees show an average of 31% higher productivity, 37% higher sales, with creativity 3 times higher than their unhappy colleagues. Therefore, positivity pays off. Period. Positivity is not magical. It is science, and it all starts with the very first interaction. The only way to tackle ambiguous or demanding situations is never by force, ever, but only through creativity and positivity. Did you hear that, leaders of the world? The world is constantly evolving, and so are we. Whether in politics or business, we simply refuse to accept negative behaviors that were perfectly normal only a few years ago. There are 3 kinds of negative communication, harmful to ourselves and our relationship with others, and only one that's positive. First, there's passive communication. Second, there's aggressive communication. The worst is passive-aggressive communication. The fourth and only healthy and positive kind is called assertive communication, the only way to lead to respectful and longer-term relationships. So how can we utilize it? We communicate with our bodies long before we switch our mouths on. A luxury real estate agent, for example, will never sit across the table from you, as that would feel like a subconscious barrier, implying rivalry, but next to you. Or even better is to furnish our offices with round tables, because these don't have sides at all. And even when they walk with you somewhere, they'll make sure to walk side by side, signaling equality and partnership. The most successful salespeople in the world spend most of their days not speaking, but zipping it and listening. Something we all really, really suck at. The loudest in the room is the weakest in the room. Even when they are the ones to speak, they hardly ever say no. As a matter of fact, they hardly ever say any negative term whatsoever. We may think people are born as great communicators, yet positivity is not magical. It is science. Optimists and pessimists die the same way. They just live differently. I prefer to live as an optimist.
You've heard that happiness is a choice. Have you heard that? Until you see it as a choice, it's not. Nothing exists until it is first imagined. And you don't know what's coming. How you doing next week? You don't know. So you have to imagine that first. When you imagine that what's coming is worse than what you've already got, how do you feel? This, my friends, is anxiety. You don't know what's coming. How do you feel when you imagine that what's coming is better than what you've already got? How do you feel? It could always be better. It could always be worse. And happiness is, in fact, a choice. You don't always get to choose what it is. Sometimes that just shows up for you. What do you get to choose? Which way you look to make that comparison. Possibly you've pondered that perhaps a program or a process could predictably propel people to unprecedented personal power, productivity, profit, prosperity. That's what I'm calling pathological positivity.